The beasts emerge as the gods withdraw. A storm of silence, a broken love. I am born to death, reborn on the hunt. On the neon skies where the star comes, shadows whisper truths as the bassline drums. My will is fire, unchained, untamed. No path is written, no soul is blamed. Thou hast no right but to do thy will. Feel the stars, let the silence fill your will. Unafraid, is alive, is dead. Delivered from the lust of the thrill. Echo shattered glass where the circuits glow. The clock ticks slow, but it doesn't show. No purpose, no tether, just a beating sync. Every way perfect, on the edge, on the brink. No chains, no bars, just a void to fill. Every pulse, every spark is the perfect will. Thou hast no right but to do thy will. Feel the surge, let the silence fill your will. Unafraid, it's alive, it's dead. Delivered from the lust of the thrill. contentment blooms where I choose to stay. Trust is the bridge where hearts align. No fear, no sin, no weight to bear. And the sweetness whispers everywhere. No fire burn like passion wild, no losing through like hatred piled. This body aches, a cage of stone, rest whispers soft, the only throne. Hunger's the beast, the sharpest sting, the body cries, its constant claim. the shadows, we shine so bright. We carry peace into the night. Happily then, we'll rise again. No hatred, no pain, no bitterness. Happily then, let the light begin. Among the let us walk, let us heal, free from strife. No ailments cling, no weight on life. Among the weary, we'll stand tall. A gentle voice for one and all. Happily then, we'll rise again. No hatred, no pain, no bitterness. Happily then, let the light free from greed, we'll plant seeds. Among the hungry, we'll meet their no hatred, no pain, no bitterness. Happily then, let the light begin. Among the broken, we'll melt Give me the sign of the open night, a riddle of shadows where whispers lie, the thorn inside, the maddening cry. Open, be open, be open. I am awake, the serpent shakes. Be open, do as thou wilt, as a God can. You open. The eagle strikes By the mystical union of fairy and fawn, a dance in the shadows from dusk until dawn. Unspoken the whispers that drift through the trees. Unbroken the vow carried soft on the breeze. Oh, fiery Valkyrie, I invoke, through the flames and the embers, the spell is bespoke. Your arrows and slinging, the spring's tender glow. A force wild and brilliant, a power I know. A secret communion of hearts left unsown. The listless, resistless, tumultuous tone. Veils of the morning, her armor does gleam. The warrior spirit ignites every dream. No godhead could charm her, no throne could command. But manhood awakened, she took up her stand. In brilliance resilient, her fire does burn. A goddess of spring, with the world left to turn. With fire and flattery, I invoke, through the flames and the embers, the spell is bespoke. Your arrows unslinging, the spring's tender glow. A force wild and brilliant, a power I know. Communion of hearts left unsung. The listless resist its tumultuous tongue. Through veils of the morning, her armor does gleam. Warrior spirit ignites every dream. No godhead could charm her, no throne could command, but manhood awakened, she took up her stand. In brilliance as the end, her fire does burn, a goddess of spring, with the world left to turn. Oh, fiery Valkyrie, I invoke, through the flames of the By the force of the fashion of love, I collide through the shroud, through the cloud where secrets reside. Through the storm, through the smoke, I survive, I survive. To the mountain, volcanic, alive. By the reach of reach, I run. Fire in the whispers low to the shore. The soul of the moon pulling tides evermore. You're swoon into me like a spell, like a door. To a night we can't quite sentinel pine on the cliff clings tight, a silhouette carved in the shadow of night. The stars overhead burn cold and bright, but they can't touch the heat of that The open night, a riddle of shadows where whispers lie, the thorny thigh, the maddening cry. Open, I am awake, the serpent shakes. The eagle strikes with its jagged claw. The beasts emerge as the gods withdraw. A storm of silence, a broken law. I am born to death, reborn on the hunt. Under neon skies where the star comes, shadows whisper truths as the bassline drums. Power is fire, unchained, untamed. No path is written, no soul is blamed. Thou hast no right but to do thy will. Feel the stars, let the silence fill your will.
He's like, what are you doing?
And Kim Jong-un.
Yeah.
Party leader with 100% votes.
Nice.
At first I was surprised.
Fuck yeah, bitch.
Must be an atheist.
So now, if you want evidence, you watch this thing and it's from the World
Don't talk
Bank.
to me
Using
after calling
World
me a
Bank
bitch.
data.
Don't
Can't
talk
shut the
to me.
fuck up
No,
because he
don't
has
talk
no motherfucking brain.
I'm not
He
talking,
can't
bro.
fucking,
You already
he
insulted
can't
me.
fucking
Crazy.
listen
No
to
one else
fucking
thinks you're
anything
talking.
because his fucking brain
I'm
is
not
fucking
talking
work.
to you, dog.
This is why he can't fucking
Move around.
listen.
Okay, you talk to me.
This is why
I'm
he's
not
a
talking to
fucking idiot. This is why he's misinformed.
You can
This
keep
is
calling
why
me.
he's a dumbass.
Is
This
there
is why he's a dumb.
You can talk to
This
me.
is why
I'm not
he's a little bit.
Mark is everything.
You can't
I'm
shut
the
his
one
fucking mouth.
pissing his pants.
He can't shut his fucking
You're
mouth.
literally crying like
He
a fat
can't
boy.
shut his
I'm a little
fucking
bitch.
mouth.
Okay, brother.
All right, let's try not to do the slurs, guys, or the all Indian stuff.
That's not his revenge. I was about to hate you.
Before you curse. I don't know who's doing the slurs, but no slurs and no all Indian stuff.
Andrew, we're trying to have a polite, civilized
Wait,
adult
I see Andy
conversation,
talking
and
at the
you're
same
just
time.
you're
It's
being
not gonna
incredibly-
shut up.
Oh my god, he sounds like you. I'm glad that's not you. Oh, thank God.
What's up, Drew?
I thought I was getting trolled, bro. I thought fucking Ashton Kutcher.
You're good, brother.
You're
You're good.
troll ass bitch.
No.
You can't stop running your mouth.
You're
So
good.
here's the facts.
Why does he sound so much like you? What the hell?
Andrew, this is the thing. I put in the link below. He always wants facts.
He
He
does
wants
sound
data.
like me, actually. That's weird.
This is using World Bank data. World Bank data on immigration. It breaks it down into what the U.S. does and what it does for global poverty. We take in 1 million. Each gumball stands for 1 million. This is using their data. And you look at what it does. You can see what they explain. And using World Bank data, what it would do to the U.S. economy using World Bank data. Watch it. It's a little video that's just using gumballs so the simple mind can understand the reality of what people think. Because, see, we got to look at it. And it's been, this is a socialist that said this. Nothing has ever been produced in a socialist country. It's a conservatism that buys capitalism.
Oh my
And then it starts to feel good. And what happens? They start to push social values. And then they start to
attract so many Geminis and Leos.
the way
I
it
know
is.
because
Now, if you
your
just
house
watch the
is a
data
right?
that he produces using World Bank data, you'll see why that happens and why you need to have
Yeah,
regulations
so you
on who
definitely.
can come in. And
I do
why
feel
that
that-
is. This isn't no left or right. It's using data and numbers. So that's all I wanted to say. So you wanted all this information before, just go sit down and watch this little video. And then I want to hear you defend that we should just have open borders, but secure borders. Because, you know, we know that terrorists came across because even under Biden they admitted that. But it's okay because nobody would come here with harm in their minds. Come on,
I
man.
didn't say that. Come on, I said open, but come on, that's wrong.
And that's the funny part. Open but secure. And it doesn't make sense.
Now, right now,
So
open
close.
but secure. Isn't that the goal? Don't we
What
just
is
disagree
open
what
but
it's
secure?
supposed to be? Like, what the fuck?
Hey, Truth, do you leave your front door open but secure?
Comparing my house to the country is just
The
not
open
even worth
secure
my
thing.
time.
No, it's a
That's just an insane fucking thing.
What does open and secure mean?
Oh, so it
It is
basically
a
means
valid
we have tight border security. I think it's still not tight enough.
It is a valid.
Yeah, we can be in the middle. It's not secure enough. It's not secure.
The country.
I think that's on purpose, by the way. I think they're trafficking kids themselves, but let me not get into it. The point is, we definitely need to lock down that shit. I agree with you. But that being said, if someone is like just a regular person trying to get a job, checks out, you know, and it's like triage. It's like someone, you know, they're low-key refugees, bro. We're the richest country on earth. I don't know what to say. Like, if somebody's trying to get in here, I don't feel comfortable telling them no unless we literally can't take them.
Okay, we'll tell them for you then. No problem.
They
You
can
haven't got
come
the
on,
ball
yeah,
yet.
except
You haven't got the ball yet. We'll be the grown-up.
Holy shit, bro. Truth, there is nothing
Take
stopping
some
an
grown-ups.
immigrant from legally migrating here.
Except that,
Migrating
No,
here.
there's
Nothing stopping them. So you know
That's
that's
not true.
except that truth, there were also millions of people who are waiting their turn and are choosing the process and want to enter the country legally. Those are the people I care about, not the dumb fucks who can just walk across the border and say, I'm here. I have asylum. Oh, you have to let me
Alan,
stay.
that's not hard
Fuck
to
them.
do.
Okay, that's the first thing. Yeah, fuck them. Fuck them.
Oh my God.
I care about the millions of people who are willing to do the process
Calling someone a dumb
correctly.
fuck for doing
So,
what they
but
gotta do.
see, here's the thing, Truth, and this is what the left
I
always
just can't.
does. They always, you take a basic principle, and yes, you're leaving the door to your house open and comparing it to
The country is not.
is a valid comparison. And you saying it isn't is because you know you will get crushed on that issue.
No, because I just
exactly you will get crushed. You leave the door to your house open. Therefore, this tree is where
I do allow guests.
reside.
Hold on, do I allow guests?
So if I come in your house and start eating your
If
food
I bet
and
you,
clear you out and take
If
your
it's
furniture,
secure, yeah.
fine. Yeah, good for you. Well, the rest of us don't do that. And this is what the left does.
They make us more
Take
Christian.
a effort. No, it's not more Christian. You don't speak for Christians. Because
I-
the fact
it's what
is,
the Bible
this is
says.
what the
Look
left
what I gotta say.
does. This is
Wait,
what
the Bible
left
says to
does.
break the
They
law?
take a basic
What page is
principle.
that on? I
I'm
missed that
gonna
page
land.
entirely.
Let me finish. They take a basic principle, like you protect your borders, and then they use the empathy card. Oh, these people they're so impoverished. Their conditions in their country are horrible. Oh, we have to let them in. And then they argue that not letting them in is a bad thing and that we should do it. No, it's a basic principle. You protect your house. You protect your community, you protect your state, you protect your country. All of those things are in line
Yeah, I don't
and
think
are
that we have to
basic
give
common
those up.
sense.
I don't think we're
You
giving those up.
And
What?
if you advocate for open borders, that
Immigration is not going to make the
borders.
country
That
less.
means anybody can come in.
I think that's
You
kind of
can't
racist.
say, you cannot say, well, I advocate for open borders, but secure borders. The two don't coincide.
Yeah, that's actually just not true. Obviously.
No, that actually
That's
is
actually true. That's a contradiction
it's
in
actually
terms.
Oh my fucking
because
God.
we've
It's a
seen
logical
it in
fallacy.
practice under
It's not a logical.
It's a logical
You
fallacy.
explain that. I can't
can't be
wait
open
for
and secure. You gotta pick one.
Hold on, I can't wait for Norm because it's 5 people are replying. But I can't wait for Norm to explain how that's a logical fallacy. Using
Yeah.
axiomatic arguments.
So
Because
you open and then you exclude those who you don't want, correct? That's the secure part, right?
Yes, kind of like
Okay.
TSN.
So that's what we're doing now.
yeah,
So the secure part is,
How's that?
if you're not legal, the secure part is, if you're not legal, you don't come in.
yeah,
That's the
Norm,
secure
let
part.
me put it
Here's a
another
quick
way.
question. Do
Norm,
you
let me
it's
put it
open,
another way.
but it's
Quick
secure.
excluding
So we have
the
it.
people
He
who
said,
went illegal.
Yo,
It's
why are
like
you guys
people-
filibustering? You just spoke.
How's it open?
I'm
Yeah,
not replying to 3
We're
people at once.
excluding the
Let me
people
reply
who went
to Alan.
illegally and who are
Right.
People who don't follow the law are criminals. We
Okay,
don't
guys,
want
now
the
you're just
criminals.
like you're just dogpiling and you're adding to it. Come on, I got enough to
No.
reply to.
No, you earned
Yes,
a little bit of
Alan
dog
just
filing
spoke at me
because
for
you
4 minutes
filibuster.
straight.
That's too bad, isn't it? Victim card
Also,
declined.
you got your butt feelings hurt because
Victim
you put
card
a shitty
declined.
link up and I called you out.
Victim card
He's over here
declined.
butt hurt. Yo, no,
Victim card. I'm sorry, sir. Do you have any other thoughts about the victim card decline?
Alan,
You've identified
with your
this issue
cheerleaders to
very
the side, right? Just to address what you said, right?
Yeah.
It's as simple as this. Are you able to get on the airplane? Yes. Does the TSA check you? Yes. So it's almost like it's secure but open for business. This
Okay.
is too stupid. I'm not.
You,
No.
True,
You
Norm,
guys
Norm,
think
I
you're
got
correct.
this.
You
That
guys
wasn't me, Alan.
You
That
guys
wasn't
got
me.
this.
Not open
You got it.
for
You
everybody.
don't understand the concept.
Okay, one at a
I
time.
understand the
That's an
concept.
IQ problem, and you got to figure that out amongst yourselves.
That's a personal attack, Truth.
That's the
You've
dumbest
identified-
shit I've ever heard in my
One
life.
at a
How
time.
are you going to secure an area, but also
All
allow
right.
people inside of it? You're an idiot.
Yeah, Truth, you've identified
bless
the
you.
problem clearly.
Yeah.
Truth is very low level.
Identified
Very
Norm,
low
Norm,
level.
don't interrupt.
Okay, no,
Go ahead. The elevator doesn't go all the way. Very low level. You don't know how to use the website.
Norm,
You
Norm,
don't know how to
Shut
shut up.
Norm, I can't.
You are
can't.
literally a sophist.
Norm,
Go for it,
I'm
Alan.
ready.
Go for it.
Yeah,
Alan, go for it.
Stop interrupting. You've identified the problem clearly. You want secure borders, and if they're, if they're criminals and rapists, et cetera, then you would exclude those. Well, under the Trump administration, we're in the secure borders part of your secure but open borders includes people who don't apply for the process legally and who just walk across the border or fly in or overstay their welcome. When they do that, they are criminals. We kicked them out. Now, I understand under Biden, he let 20 million people in and said, if you walk across the border, you can stay. Trump is saying no. He's moved that line from what is secure or not secure and what is criminal to not criminal to a different place that maybe you don't like, but the rest of the country and the rest of the world, since immigration has been either number one or number two, the number one or number two issue, according to Pew Research, since 2016. And it's a huge issue in Europe. People concerned about it. So, yeah. What?
Yeah, but ICE is going over.
But Alan, this is easy
Nobody
to debunk.
They have a 60.
Alan,
They have a
it's easy
62%
to debunk. Trump's a
disapproval rating, bro.
over 50
They have a
lawsuits.
62% disapproval rating, bro.
Yeah, well, except that when you
That's
look
pretty
at the
bad.
stats, like 70% agree with Trump's policies
No,
with
I think,
immigration.
no, there's legitimacy.
They may
there.
not
America started
like
caring about
the way
immigration in the early
ICE is
2000s.
doing
No,
but
I
they
don't disagree.
like the results.
But
They
what did he say?
sure
Bad
like
hombres,
the
Alan. He
results.
said bad hombres surrounding people up at church and work, bro.
Yes.
No, Americans
well,
are not happy.
if
can't
they
hire
I don't
really
know how
church
you
if
know
you're
it's
a
almost
criminal.
disconnected from reality.
too bad.
Being
for
in
them.
church doesn't make you not a criminal.
Yeah.
They're
So
not.
you do realize most Americans are
You
really
got it.
unhappy with the two people. I think is it 2 or 3? Is it more than 2 that ISIS killed already?
Yeah,
You're just
and
wrong.
you know how many died under
I
Obama?
blame
Like,
the governor
I
of
don't care about
Minnesota.
Obama, bro. This
Yeah.
is 2026.
Yeah, you
Alan.
know what? People have died because of ICE under every single president. So if it's only 2 under Trump, that means at the end of his 4 years, it'll be 8. Or let's give him another 2, so it'll be 16.
It's February.
He'll be doing much better than Obama did. That's for sure.
It's February. Like,
Okay.
What's the point about it being February? What does that have to do with anything?
ICE
ICE didn't get the hacking and the rank until
And
like
the
what?
other thing
Mid-November.
is the fact that the Trump administration has been sued 50 or 60 times for a whole host of things. And they've all worked their ways through the court. What Trump is doing now, everything is constitutional and it's legal, with 1 or 2 exceptions, like we had the Supreme Court ruling about the tariffs. Okay, well, you know,
Good.
1 out of
Good.
60. Okay, that just proves, number one, that the branches of government that are independent, you can never scream that the Supreme Court is bought off or it's doing Trump's bidding.
Does it one decision?
Yeah, no, it's got a couple of decisions, but still
I'll meet you there. I'll meet you there.
same. It's still not kissing Trump's ass. It's
That's
doing
true. I can give
what
you
it
that.
believes is constitutional, and everything that ICE is doing is constitutional. And it is, it is, and it's not criminal. There's
When they're asking for papers, that's
60
violating
lawsuits,
Fourth Amendment.
50 to 60 lawsuits brought by the Democrats. They're holding Trump to the fire. It's working its way through. They've worked their way through the court. It's done. You cannot claim it's legal, and all of the illegal, Trump illegal, administration illegalized. It's all bullshit. It's constitutional. It's not anything new. The only difference is the left is pissed off because they're not in power. That's all it is.
There's some elevated truth to that. Look, I don't disagree with everything you said, but I don't agree with the characterization. I think that yes, we can talk about what happened under other presidents, but actually Obama was getting hella flack from the left. You have to remember, the left it has a significant percentage of, I would argue, more than half that are like pro-Bernie types. Okay, like so this is a party that rejected Hillary Clinton twice. We keep getting characterized, and it's really annoying because it's like that's not real.
Well, I was on the left truth during Obama.
I'm sorry?
So I know exactly what you're talking about. What happened was Obama, you're right, he got a lot of shit because the left felt, and the progressives especially, felt like, oh my God, we've got a black president. We're going to get all these progressive policies put in. And guess what? Obama didn't do it. Now, I know people on the right feel like Obama was the coming of the Antichrist, but from the left, he didn't do enough according to them. And then when they didn't nominate Bernie, you're right, they were really pissed. And so when Trump was elected, the progressives said, you know what? You either give us all of our policies or we're going to withdraw our support and Trump will win again. And so the left made the deal with the progressives. And no, they didn't get Bernie again, but they got Biden. And Biden did everything they wanted. So, yeah, you're right.
Until they fell asleep.
Until Biden fell asleep. Yeah, this is true.
Yeah, and to the point, like I think most reasonable, moderate people on the left, we respectfully disagree with people on the right who are a little more gung ho about maintaining, certain populations. But I think everyone, even Middle America, it was getting pretty crazy. It was getting over the top, and I think most of the country on both sides wanted something done. But I think they've just gone too far. Even if they haven't, which that's just me extending grace, I think they have, of course. The optics are horrible. Like the rhetoric is a runaway train. This isn't just like he said, she said now. It literally, you have people shooting people and then calling them stupid bitch. There's no way you sell it. That's insane.
Well, he was angry that she got herself killed. I mean, he didn't want to kill her. I mean,
no,
you call what they were doing. You call what they were doing in Minnesota a respectful disagreement.
No, but
I call that breaking the law.
Of the state. They're not professionals of the state.
Well, what does that have to do with that?
Because it's about public reaction. That's why I said the optics and the rhetoric is a runaway.
What?
That matters. Okay, so if people are protesting,
she assaulted somebody with a deadly weapon and got her ass killed.
She
shouldn't have done that. And the governor and the mayor encouraged her to do it, and so did her wife.
I did not see that in the video I watched. I saw her trying to move around him.
Break it down. If she hits him with the car that's not around him?
She was trying to move around him.
You have to wait till the person is out of the way before
he put himself in front of the car.
Well, no, he circled in front of the car before she put her foot on the gas.
Well, no, it all happened in the exact same moment. It was literally
he was circling the car. It's on the video.
I literally saw the video.
He literally did a 360 around the car.
We're pretty split on how we see it for some reason.
No, we're not split on how we see it. It's all the same.
Yes, the country is split on how we see all
these
things.
It's very clear what happened.
So when you talk to Democrats, what do Democrats tell you about it?
Uninterested. What? This is not a Democratic.
So we don't exist. The country's not split. Okay.
This is a question of facts. She hit him with a deadly weapon.
Cool.
She got her ass shot.
Cool. The difference between you and me, I don't argue opinions. I get it. I get what you believe.
That's not an opinion. That's the legal standing. What's the legal standing of an officer's duty with a vehicle?
Bro, I'm not going to have this argument. First of all,
I know because you can't win.
You proved yourself way too rude to. No, you started calling me.
I was playing the victim card. Truth, I beg you to do this. There's a judge that is on here quite often, and you can go talk to him about it if you'd like. And I bet you, when he's all said and done explaining every aspect of the law, he's going to explain to you this. There will never be a charge in that case. There will be charges in the other one. Now listen, truth.
Just answer
that. There will be charges in the other one. Not necessarily against the man who first pulled the trigger. It'll be for the man that was hitting the guy in the face with the bear.
Cool. I got you. Do Supreme Court justices always agree? No, right? So what is you telling me you found a judge who has an opinion do for me?
The fact that
I
would say it's an attempt to educate you.
You think I can't find a judge who disagrees? Is that what you're betting money on?
It's an attempt to educate you, but you're proving very resistant to learning.
You think I can't find cash money a leftist judge who has an opinion that's stable?
Truth, what do you think is an appropriate
He's a gay man.
A verbal reaction to get
You're thinking as far right. He's a gay man.
If you're talking about Brent, he's not a judge.
Yeah, what do you think is the appropriate reaction to getting someone?
Why do you think you know who or what Brent is?
I think if someone is trying to escape you and they're clearly not a lethal threat to yourself or anyone else, you don't put yourself in front of them and draw your gun. That's not.
Yeah,
I
but
think
see,
you probably just let them. I think you probably let them get away, get their license plate, maybe pull them over at their fucking house a couple hours later.
While they're hitting you with the car?
He put himself in front of the car.
No, he was doing a 360 around the car.
Yeah,
You're allowed to do that. That doesn't mean you can hit him with the car.
No,
Nobody
let them get away.
I don't care.
If you let them get away, they can hit other people, including innocent pedestrians. So to let them get away is not a valid excuse.
Yeah,
it never has been.
Truth, would you
let them get away?
put your money where your mouth is on this case?
Girlfriend that you already
I
have.
don't want to be. I deserve to be a mile away.
Empty the
I
clip,
deserve to
right?
be
Empty
able
the
to
clip
walk
so they
down
don't
the
get
street
away.
and not have to worry about some crazed protester driving me and my 3-year-old child as I'm walking down the street over because some cop just let them get away.
Really, bro?
She would, yeah.
The only people getting ran over are leftists.
I'm pulling the
Republicans
heartstrings.
run over leftist protesters for fun.
Yeah, it's funny how when the left.
No, but that's actually true.
Yeah, well, actually, see what happened, Truth, is if you watch the video, when she backs up, it points. At first, he was on the right side of her car, but when she backs up to go, that pointed the car right at him. That was
No, that's not what I saw.
Yeah,
Oh,
well, you got to. There's multiple angles of it.
If you guys are bored enough, we can watch the video right now.
You can see it on his cell phone video. She literally hit him with the car.
And then she hits him. You hit a police here.
PTR.
Let me make it easy
PTR, look at my PTR right now.
Let me
You
make
can
it
see the
easy
smoke
for
of the
you.
first gunshot. Look at the guy's legs. Look at his feet. Look at the tires of the car.
Yeah.
Tell me how the fuck he got hit with a car.
Yeah.
Tell
See
me
him.
how
See him.
You can
Thank you,
see it.
CM. Thank you.
Show me.
He goes,
Look at my PTR right now. I pointed this shit out. You see the gun smoke
when
of
he
the
hit
first
you
shot.
can hear the car hit him.
Yeah.
You
You
can
can't show
his
me.
sweat patch.
Show me
Let me
how
make it
even
easy
close.
for
She's
you.
not only turning her tires.
True.
She's nowhere close to hitting.
You understand that she hit him with the car, right? You don't.
No. Look, click on my PTR, fucking
Yeah,
idiot.
yeah.
Click on my PTR.
What
Look
is
at this.
fucking
Because
So you're
you can do
not
this in
admitting
slow
she
motion.
hit him.
You can do
you're
this.
not
I did this in
admitting-
slow motion.
Yeah.
Look
you're
at the
not
car
admitting
tires.
she hit him with
Look
the
at
car.
his legs. Look at his.
Okay, now you're being willfully ignorant.
Oh
You
my.
know, yeah, you are, because you
How?
know she hit him. Because
No, she
you're
didn't.
pointing
No,
to
she
a
didn't. In
video
none of the videos
where
did
it's
she hit
not
him.
clear.
Everybody knows he went to the hospital
Where
for bruised
everybody
ribs.
Yeah, he went to the
is
hospital.
terrified. But the fact
That was
is, let me
ridiculous.
make it easy for you. If
Those
you
guys are
hit a
lunatic,
cop with your car, 90%,
You're so stupid.
you will be
You're
shot.
the
Show
stupid
me
one.
how this is even close. Okay, do you know how to click a profile, man? Do you know how to fucking click a profile?
Do you know how to read the
hit a
fucking
cop
law,
with the
young
car,
punk?
I want you to respond. I want you
I don't think he knows
to
how to
Show
watch the
me.
video.
Show me.
Show
You can
me.
only watch video.
No,
You
they're
can't
just
fucking
gonna
read.
gaslight you. They're just gonna gaslight you, bro.
He had already shot the gun.
Look at the law.
He had already shot the gun.
That's why
I
you
am
close
not
to
going
getting hit.
to
Because it's like they're never gonna agree, bro. They're never
willful
gonna agree.
ignorance. I am not going to
For real.
indulge
Go
you.
get
We should
your
just agree to disagree, guys. Like it's not
The
even.
moment
All right, hold on. Let Alan go. And here's the facts. An officer doesn't have to wait till he's struck to pull the trigger. Okay? He has to believe he's in imminent danger, which a car is coming at him or himself, or him or others could be in imminent danger. The lady was resisting arrest. They were trying to get her out of the vehicle. Now,
and they told her
please watch the video. Please watch the video. And
I
they
have
tried to
the
detain her.
video and the snapshots of it.
And how many times before that did they let her just drive away? How many times?
Bro,
That's not
okay,
first.
no, just answer the question.
Accelerator
We're gonna
get
get
the wheel.
It
we
doesn't
don't
matter.
agree. I don't want
It
to.
doesn't matter about agreeing. I'm asking a simple question that's going to come
No,
up.
because I don't. You're gonna be shocked. I don't have the perspective you have.
Okay, it doesn't matter if you have the perspective. I have the perspective that the law is going to have, and he's not going to get even charged. This is going to go down exactly.
You're back
Exactly.
You're saying
As the case
he
against Ashley
didn't
Barnes.
get hit with the car. Now you guys are back. Now you guys are backpedaling. He didn't get hit with the car.
He got no, he fucking
No, you're backpedaling. Now you're saying he just needed to think. That
Well, no, that's
the
the legal
law.
standard. He didn't. No, that's the legal standard. So
Yeah.
you might
I
not
know,
know.
I don't understand how people.
Concede, you're backpedaling now.
You know,
Because
you're.
Concede, you're backpedaling.
No,
He
backpedaling.
did not get hit with the car.
He's giving you the legal
Stupid
standard.
Fox News talking point. He did not get hit with a car.
Listen, I've never seen. I don't watch Fox News.
Yeah, I
Show me where in any of the videos where he gets touched with a car. Touched.
It's illegal from his point of view.
Per
Yeah,
federal
that's-
law.
His
doesn't
cell
have to
phone
be
video.
According
His
to
cell
the
phone
left,
video
His cell phone
on,
video.
according
if
to
anything,
the
not
left,
even.
I beg your pardon?
according to the left, a cop has to be run over, then the person has to back up over them,
Run
run
over him again.
5 times
Yeah.
before the cop is allowed to
It's
shoot.
called the rule of 5, Alan. I've heard of it.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
According to them, if you see somebody, if you're a cop and somebody's driving at you, according to them, you don't have the right to shoot at them. That's the problem. That's why you're never going to convince Truth that he was justified. It doesn't
No,
matter.
we don't agree that she was driving.
Go out in real life.
Truth, this isn't
Like,
with you
he
now.
was-
Let him
he
talk.
was-
This isn't how normal.
He wasn't
Well, no,
driving
he said
to
my
the
name.
cop and
No,
see
he
what
mentioned
he
you
was.
to El Normo is what he was doing. That doesn't mean you have to.
You just made a
jump in
distinction
later.
without a difference.
You jump in
I said
and
he said
interrupt
my name.
everybody.
I said he said my name.
Doesn't matter. You let him finish.
I
Okay.
didn't cut him off.
You did. You jumped in.
Well,
So very fact is, let's just
Come on,
prove.
bro,
Me and
chill.
you just prove. Can you tell me what the legal standards are for an officer to discharge his
Loki,
weapon?
I don't think he was done. I think we just interrupted his one. I was just saying a little quick and then I was off. That's all I was doing.
Well, I want to hear from you guys. Are you guys backing up from the claim that he got hit with a car? Yes or no?
No.
No, we're talking about a legal standard, and I understand you might not understand that, but you have to listen very
My God,
carefully
yours
to
was-
what you're
You
saying.
show me in any
I was going to
videos
insult.
where his knee car.
Okay, who said that? Sam?
Yes.
Go look. There's multiple angles. Go look.
Look, I have one of them right here.
It's
The
this is
clearest
what, a
one
month,
right
2
here.
months.
The fact that you can see his feet
there's
planted on the ground,
There's
the
one
tires
that's,
pointing away from him, the gun smoke already shot.
yeah.
This is incontrovertible.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
You know why?
You're better
You
off
know
making the
why?
argument that you could read mine and you thought he was in danger or some shit like that. Like,
Yeah, why?
you're better off making that argument.
Because they told her 2 or 3 times, get out of the car. The moment
Dude,
she
You can't even
started
get out of here.
backing
The other
up,
was saying get out of the
the moment she started backing up, he pulled out his gun because that's the defense against a moving suspect in a car. You're preparing yourself in case she lunges for you. And guess what? She lunged for him.
No, she
So,
didn't.
Yeah, so watch
She
the
accelerated
video.
to
She
drive
absolutely
away.
did.
She accelerated to drive away, bro.
Yes, you don't get to drive
And
away.
you don't get to
You
shoot
don't
her.
get to
You don't
drive
get to
away.
shoot
And he
her.
does get to shoot her. He
No, he
absolutely
doesn't. You're
Yes, he does. If an officer tells
They're going to
you,
pretend they can't
if
see.
if
No,
an
I can tell this
officer-
old guy.
you guys on the left.
Show me the video where he
I
gets
want to
hit with
make
a car.
it clear.
Alan,
I
Alan,
want
Alan.
to make it
Stop
clear.
fucking talking
This
like a
is the
fucking
law.
old slow retard.
If
Just
an
show me the
officer-
video where he gets hit
Yeah.
with a car.
CM, I am
Just
not
show me the
going to-
video where he gets hit with a car.
I understand that the Greek word might be used around you because maybe that's who you are, but you don't understand the legal authority of using your weapon.
Okay.
Like I said, you can make a better case that you can read his mind and
We
he thought
have
he
the
was dangerous.
case is already
Make that
made
No need to read his
multiple
mind.
times.
Make
It's
that
on video.
He thought he was
Just
in
a few
danger,
months down the road.
even though he wasn't even close to the car and he just said,
Well,
No, he wasn't.
she hit him with the car. That's how close it was.
There's no point.
show me the video, bro.
There's no point.
It's
Yeah.
on the video that he
Do you have the internet?
It's on
Do
his
you
cell
know
phone.
what
Yes,
the
I see
internet
guys
is
with
about?
videos.
You know what
you
you
hit
can
none of them.
So did you see his cell phone video?
Do you know how to slow down the video?
Real quick.
Yes.
Pause. Look at when the
Yes,
first
it's
shot.
not even necessary. By
When
the
the
way.
first gunshot is fired.
Because this is
By
just
the way,
Not the
CM,
first
Yeah.
close to him.
by the way, CM, the legal
He hits him in the torso, not the feet.
Yeah, and by the way, CM, the legal standard is not a slowed down video. It's
Correct.
how the officer perceives it at the time
Okay,
in
I said
real
make that
time
argument.
without the benefit of hindsight.
Say that.
Correct.
Go.
It's
Say
called
that.
the Graham
Don't
test.
lie and say she hit him with a car.
That's what matters.
Don't lie and say she hit him with a car. Say that.
No, that's not a lie. That's a fact, and it's recorded.
Show me the
But
video where he
It,
gets hit with a
it
car.
doesn't
I
matter.
told
By
you
the
about
Graham
this.
test, it doesn't matter whether she hit him or not. The
Well,
law is the
that-
Graham
That's
test.
the assault. That's true. That's true. That's the
I got
assault
I
part.
wasn't even saying nothing until I
That's an
heard
authoritative
all three
If,
of the
if you really want to understand it, go look at what everybody misses. Go look at the tires spinning on the ice. Nobody gets the fact that the tires spun on the ice. She revved the engine. You don't hear it. When you see the tires spinning on the ice,
She was
you go,
probably nervous.
it's a little interesting.
She was probably nervous. You know, listen.
Obviously, she
Oh,
was.
well,
It was a fatal error on her part.
You know, just real
Wait,
quick.
I thought she wasn't mad at him. How was she nervous? I'm not mad at you. I thought she wasn't mad.
It's a fatal error.
So anyway,
Wait a minute.
So this is what I said.
William.
Ron said, right? Is that and I get it. You guys are probably gonna get right back to it, but I'm just saying we could have a lot more productive and, in my opinion, interesting and fun conversation actually debating like ideology and philosophy, like political ideology and philosophy. I mean,
Well, you failed at that, Truth.
Okay, come on. man.
You fumbled.
No, just let me get it out. Okay, I'm a big bozo, big dumb black boy. Anyway,
I didn't say
we
that.
can actually- we
Black
can-
history month, you know.
there you go. You dropped it twice now. But anyway,
Correct. And the night is
yeah,
young.
we could be arguing actual premises. This is just opinion. We're gonna go back and forth. It's boring.
No, we're stating the law. There's a difference. We're stating law. You guys are trying to
God,
throw an opinion at us.
But you already know. Don't
No
you already
opinion
know
here.
what the leftist take on this is?
It doesn't matter what the leftist take is. You read the
I don't
fucking
even know
law.
what that
You
means.
don't need
Okay,
to
so
call it
watch this. Hold on. I'll
Hold on.
real quick.
You're trying to say the leftists are
Sure,
liars?
give me a
I
second.
refuse to
No,
believe
I
that.
don't agree with you.
Truth.
On what?
Okay,
On
Truth. Did you
almost
agree that
anything.
Ashley Babbitt should have been shot? Do you
Well,
believe
then
Ashley Babbitt
you're in
should have
trouble
been shot?
then because you can't build a life built on lies.
You
You should be learning
see
that.
how I didn't call
You
you
should
a
change your
liar?
name to lies.
See how I
then.
didn't call you
Change
a
it-
liar though? I just
Change your name to lies. You called me everything under the sun already.
No, I did that after you made
Are
that
you
smart
smoking
ass
weed
little
right
black
now?
joke. No, you made
I beg your pardon?
You made a
No,
split
are you
ass
smoking
black
weed?
joke. You made
I made a black joke?
Yes,
What's
and
the
that's
black
why you're
joke?
smiling when you say it.
Who says that I'm smiling? Are you schizophrenic right now?
You got it.
This
You
is
got
an
it.
audio app,
It
not
is
just so that
projection.
you know.
You got it. bro.
Projection
You got
of
it.
that?
It's
You're
projection.
smiling
He's
while
trying to
you're
Oh,
project.
he's projecting?
It's
You can
funny.
hear me smiling? Are you schizophrenic? There's something, do you know what
Smile.
synesthesia is?
Norm, you're old enough. Smile when you die, like you.
Synesthesia, do you taste colors too?
Yeah, I got the Kanye West disease too. I do.
Well, we understand that the left understands color.
Have you taken your medication today?
Nah, I'm
Maybe
free
that's
balling.
the issue.
I'm free balling, Norm. I'm off some shrooms.
Maybe that's the issue. Put on some underwear and take your medication and then have this conversation.
Well, no, it's bad for your balls, Norm.
Well, I think you need to put it on. I think you need to put it on. I thought I smelled something and now I'm starting to gag a little bit.
Oh my god, I don't even got to come back. I'm not that vicious. But look,
You're not that smart or funny.
you're right. I'm a big bozo. Everyone says so.
I didn't say that. I just said you're not that smart or funny.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, but yeah, so this is just opinion back and forth. We don't agree.
No, we're talking about
we
fact.
don't,
We can
we
talk
don't
about
even see
opinion
the
next.
same video the same, bro. Do you not realize?
Well, it's not that we don't see it the same. It's that you're lying.
Okay, but I'm not calling you a liar.
Well, I'm saying you're
'Cause that's
lying.
just useless. Okay, bro.
Sure.
You know,
Okay.
Sad is I'm good faith enough to genuinely believe that you're just so different than me. You see it different, but you're like, no, you're lying. Meanwhile, ironically,
No.
CM posts a picture that
No.
clearly shows him not being hit, and then the argument the
How
goalposts
can you
move.
show a picture of something
Then
not
you
happening?
fucking move the
Wait.
goalposts. It
Explain- I
doesn't
wanna
matter if
understand this.
contact was
Hang on.
made anyway.
How do you take
I
a
don't wanna
picture
have
of something that
this
didn't happen?
argument.
Slow down, Truth. How did you take a picture of something that did not happen?
Here we
Explain
go.
that.
This is just fucking disingenuous.
I'm listening.
What?
I'm listening. Show me a picture of something that did not happen.
The picture's proving it didn't happen.
How could a still picture prove something didn't happen?
Do you want to watch the video together?
No, I want to
Yeah,
answer my question.
I know you don't.
Answer my question.
The
How
picture
can a
shows him
picture-
before and after shooting. At no point does the car make contact with his body.
The
That's
car
not-
hit his torso.
Okay, no.
So everybody
Agree
is
to
lying.
disagree, pal.
Every-
Unless you want to review the tape.
And you can see it
But
from
you
his.
don't want to do that. So what?
I've reviewed it 1,000 times.
You're pissing,
You're
not
lying
pissing.
again.
Who pissed further?
Nobody is pissing. One
This
person
is definitely a pissing contest.
One
You don't just
person
want to review the
No,
tape
it's
or
not
we
a
disagree
pissing
what was in
contest.
the tape.
Maybe in your mind is.
So we're arguing about a video, but we're not going to watch it.
No, we're not.
That's
No,
not a
I
pissing
stated the
contest.
fact. You can look at it as many times as you want.
Okay,
Look
so
at the one for
guys,
me.
you're
Look at
arrogant
the one
and I'm
for.
humble. I got
Look
you.
at the.
Yeah.
No, you're neither one.
Sure.
You're just ignorant.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm right, you're wrong. But I'm
No.
the humble one. Okay,
No.
brother.
No, so the cop or the Fed agent is shooting
You
with
know
his
you're
cell
so
phone.
close. You know you're full
You
of
can't
shit.
even let it out. Now you're being schizophrenic again. Try to put your feet on the ground, both feet, so that you don't pretend that you know what I'm thinking.
Okay, no.
Or there's some
Okay,
smiling.
no. All right,
Good,
no.
good. Now you're improving. All right, maybe I can cure you of your madness.
My God.
So you hear him go, whoa, and you can hear the car hit him, and then you hear the gunshots fire. That's what happened. Watch the video, and you'll see it. And by the way, the crime of assault does not require contact. It requires a meaningful, deadly threat, which is
It's
kind of
punished by
obvious.
the death
But
penalty?
it's not only against that
Oh,
one
it's
cop.
punished by the death
There's
penalty?
another cop who's there's another.
Assault is death penalty?
Who said death
Execution
penalty?
by cop in
Who
street?
said?
Oh,
there's
so
no
he thought he
execution.
was
Who
at
said
risk? He
death
thought he
penalty?
was about to get bodily injured?
But not only did she commit a crime
He
against
needed to
that
kill her
cop,
or someone would get hurt.
not only did she commit a crime against that cop, there was another cop who had his head and torso and shoulder
Protesting
in the
lesbian.
car.
You gotta put him down, bro. You just
He
gotta
had
put
one.
him
There was
down.
another. See, you're afraid to hear this. You can see it on the video, by the way. So I want you to watch the video, and I want you to see the cop that has his head and shoulders and torso in the car when she floors it, causing him to be at risk of severe bodily harm or death, which actually happened to the cop that shot her. And it's indisputable.
Okay.
Not only that, so that's two crimes that she's in the process of committing.
You wanna watch
And
the
then there's
video?
a third crime.
You wanna watch the video?
And then there's a third crime of her wife saying, drive, baby, drive, right after she uses fighting words to try to fight with the cop. You want to come at me, big boy? Go have lunch, big boy. You want to come at me? You want to come at me?
that was crazy.
Those are called fighting words.
Yeah, I agree.
Then she tells her wife to commit a crime, which is assault with a deadly weapon by driving into the cop that's standing in front of the car.
She doesn't tell her to hit him. She says, drive, get out of here.
Well, if you tell somebody to drive while a federal agent is standing in front of the car, that's telling her to commit a crime. But that's not all. If you tell somebody to drive while you're being arrested or detained by a federal agent, and that's telling her to cause grievous bodily harm to a federal agent. Rebecca did. Rebecca good. That's correct.
Okay.
So she did.
I already know
Yeah,
your take.
okay,
so
leave.
I
beg your pardon?
I already know the conservative take. We had all
It's not
these debates
conservative
with
take.
you.
This is just telling you what happened
That's
on
why
the video
you've
in case
never
you
found
forgot.
a liberal who agrees with you, and you've never found a conservative who disagrees. Okay, Nar. All right.
Neither of those are true. Both
Oh,
are
so
lies.
you know conservatives who disagree with you?
Both of those are lies. You said the word never. You lied.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Yes, sweet Jesus.
Not all.
Praise Jesus.
Not all, but most. Hey,
Praise Jesus. Keep backing off. Keep backing off. Pretty soon you'll be back all the way into ignorant land.
So not all, but most is a trope. Like
I
someone
beg your
said trope.
pardon. I can't follow you. Why did you just say 6'7"?
6'7" is a reference to a guy bragging about committing murder. I think it's pretty deplorable. But
I don't think that's what is at all.
It's literally a song.
No, it's
where he
literally
says,
not. You're just full of disinformation.
What the fuck did you
You
just
need
say?
to open the book. I said you're full of disinformation.
What
do
is
you think I
6'7"? Don't educate me. What is 6'7"?
Why do you ask?
Because you just said
I
I was
told
wrong.
Yes, you're wrong.
So it didn't come from
You're
a song.
wrong. No, I didn't say it didn't come from a song. I said it's not about somebody committing murder, as you just said.
So what do you think it's about? What do you think it's about?
Why do you ask?
Because you just said I'm wrong.
Are you backing up now? Show me how it's about somebody committing
I
murder.
think you said a knee jerk.
Show me how it's about somebody committing murder.
So
Show it. Show the room.
Oh, please.
The same way that you lost on statistics and on the injustice of the rule of law.
Hold on, real quick. I
want to hear how your mind works tonight.
Before I do, you made the claim.
Yes,
So
I said no. You made the claim, and I refuted it.
No, okay. Listen,
you said you don't want to celebrate somebody who's committing murder.
That's literally what the line is about.
Yes, and I said no. You're wrong. That's right.
So
show me that you are correct. Show me that you are correct.
Okay, I'll go get the link for the song and the lyrics.
Good.
This is fucking retarded, but fuck it.
Sure.
By the way, who's the artist? Since you know the song.
Skrilla.
This is your type of music?
What is that supposed to mean?
I'm just shocked. I'm not judging. I mean, I don't listen to this shit.
Well, I just proved you wrong. You want to go for 5? I got 3 in a row. You want to go for a big 5 tonight?
Okay, so there's the link. No, you proved me wrong, huh? Okay.
Yeah, I proved you wrong. Let's hear what Skrilla has to say. Skrilla himself has stated that the meaning is meant to be fluid and that he never actually put a meaning on it. So that's 4 out of 5. What would you like to lose? What's the last thing you want to lose on tonight, Truthy?
Yeah,
Truthy guy.
First of all,
I mean, I'm just quoting the guy who wrote the song. I mean, what do I know?
Hold on. Let me see if
hey, that's your kind of music? You white boy? You Jew? Why don't you bring up shekels another time, Truthy boy?
Hey, I did that because you did. Yeah, you started.
Oh, you did it cause. I think you did it cause. I started it.
Started it. You
did? What did I do? Oh, so in other words, that's your excuse?
Yes, I'm a petty bitch. What?
Oh, well, okay.
What the fuck?
You said it, not me.
Nigga, it takes one to know one.
No, I didn't say you were. You said you were.
I literally heard your best friends on this app call you petty and say it's a problem.
You don't even know.
I was in the
You don't even know a friend. You couldn't name one.
He was Jewish.
I beg your pardon?
He literally said, Norris, one of your problems, you're petty.
Who said that?
Stop.
Who said that?
I don't remember.
You're just a liar, sir. You're just a liar. You're a common liar.
Norm.
You are a common liar. So you're conceding on Skrilla, right?
I don't even care anymore.
You're conceding on Skrilla, right? Right?
No.
You're giving up. You're not giving. You're not conceding. So you know what his lyrics mean, but he does not. That's a little bit arrogant.
I haven't even seen him explain it.
Now, I said Happy Black History Month, and you made an anti-Jewish slur. So explain that to me. I said Happy Black History Month, and you said that
you said that after mocking my blackness.
I never mocked your blackness. How did I mock your blackness? Not whatever. I want to learn from you. I want to learn about race from you, Truth. How did I mock your blackness?
I don't remember the date much.
Just generally, just paraphrase. I tell me what I mocked.
There's been so much.
So you're full of shit again.
It's been too.
Are you the biggest liar on the app?
You got it.
Truth?
You got me.
What's that? You are? You are. Guys. Okay. Let's change the topic. Let's change the topic.
Yeah, just how long are you going to do this for?
And can we agree that Trump is the best president we've ever had?
Absolutely. We can change the topic. I don't agree with that.
Can we agree that Trump is better than he is bad?
Trump is better than Jesus.
You just said that.
I thought Trump was Jesus, but I'm not a Christian, so maybe
no, he's the first Jewish president. You didn't hear? He's the first Jewish president. That's what.
Okay, can we agree that Trump has done good with this policy for America?
But this is a racist country, so we'll probably never have a Jewish president. Although we had a black president. But that's, God bless America.
Trump for president 2028.
They tried a whole bunch of times, didn't they?
Sham doesn't like Trump. I don't think Truth does either.
I think Truth
look,
is now reconsidering his entire epistemology.
Look, I wasn't a fan of the policies of Mitt Romney, John McCain. I loved Ron Paul on a lot of things, but I didn't agree with him on everything. Trump is a whole different bag of dick. No. It's a big NO from us on the left. Nope. And play dumb if you want. You guys used to be apologizing for him, but now that you know it's his last term, you're like, yeah, suck it, man.
You think he's
I don't know if he did power.
Do you think he's a PDF file?
No. I think he's a predator, though, and I think he fucks minors.
If he's not a
Roast
PDF,
numbers.
he's covering up for him.
That part.
You agree with that, on normal?
What's that? The Trump,
That he has intercourse with minors and that he covers for pedophiles.
I said, if
this
he's not a
this is a sick projection from people who have sexual perversions, and so they externalize it and project it on celebrities. It's a weird part of our culture. They're obsessed with this. They bring it up all the time.
I can't believe I got corrected on rap by Norm.
Yep. You can take that to the bank. You can take it to the bank.
That's one of the
But-
most uncanny moments.
Yes,
of my
it was. And here is the best part. You listen to that music?
Yes.
You didn't know about the movie. You didn't know about the movie. You didn't know about the Academy. You didn't know about the Academy Award nominated documentary called Tupac Resurrection. But do some research.
No, Tupac is different. He's more cerebral. That's and also, I don't like all his.
So you didn't know I produced an Academy Award-winning film about Tupac, right?
I mean,
You didn't know that.
it's one thing to have a movie.
No, I asked you a question. It was a yes or no question.
Did
You
I
didn't know
know
that, right?
Did
Did I produce an
Did you
Academy
produce?
Award? Yes.
What?
Yes.
All right, motherfucker. There's your roses. That's incredible. That's kind of
All
bad.
right, motherfucker. All right.
He got it.
Did Fanny was my
That does
son's.
explain a little bit, though.
Fanny was my son's godmother. I can show you the emails.
What?
Yeah. I hung out with her on her houseboat in Sausalito. She cradled my son in her arms, held her up to the sky, and said, "You've just come down from heaven where you've been with my son. You have so much to teach us." Yep, that was a Fanny.
Bro, that's.
We'll surprise you, Truth. We'll surprise you. Us
So you
shekel
knew
types.
I'm not.
We,
I knew you
we us shekel boys.
Bro, my middle name is
Shekel
Aron.
boys. Your middle name is what?
Aron.
And?
Hey, well, you tell me. Okay, so then stop with the.
My name is Norman. And
Yeah, that is kind of funny. Wait, Norman.
there you go. Yeah. Could go two ways. By the way, did you check out my NAACP Image Award? I'm looking at it right here. It's on my coffee table. Check it out. You should read profiles. I'm looking right at it.
Nor's a gangster, dude.
That's pretty gangster angle.
Some people
That
call him
explains a lot
Black
too.
Oscar.
That's why he's so,
What's
he's
that?
like the street professor.
About everything, but
But he's entertaining. But he's entertaining as fuck.
No, that's pretty dope. So you fuck with Skrilla? Now I'm cornier than Norm. Get the fuck out of here. It's fucking crazy. I'm just picturing you rolling through the city blasting that shit. I love it. That's badass.
Hey, Norm, did you happen to see the video angle when she put the car in reverse to turn the wheel before she put it in drive?
Yeah.
And her partner was on the other side of the vehicle trying to all of a sudden grabs the door handle,
I saw that.
and the car was in reverse.
The
and
door
that
was
puts-
locked.
Yep, and that puts that person in harm's way too. She's backing up a vehicle, potentially running over even her own partner because she's being irresponsible. These are all little things that get brought up into a case. So, I mean, this is why the people who don't look at the law, they look at the emotion of it and they don't pay attention to what it really states there. And that's why I was saying earlier, it's not about what we see. It's about reasonable perception. The guy who first pulled the trigger might get away in the second shooting. The guy hitting him in the face with the bear mace is not going to get away. That guy's going to jail because you can't hit somebody with something in your hand. So these are the things when you're looking at it, you got to look at, okay, reasonable expectation. Everybody wants to look at it from a spectator's perspective. And I often say this. How many times have you watched the video? I've watched it 50 times. Okay, an officer doesn't get that. He gets 0.3 seconds to make a decision in his life or death. So we have to look at it in what the law states is the reasonable spot. Now, we also have to remember it says others. It's not just him that could be in reasonable personal bodily or severe bodily injury, but others. And could somebody back over somebody when they're not paying attention and looking up at their partner getting into trying to get to the passenger side? Yes. So this person was acting unreasonably. And that's why in this case, there won't be charges. It will get dropped. The state will try. It won't go anywhere because of the supremacy clause. The second one will have some charges because you can't hit somebody in the face. They're going to say, we don't know what he was trying to grab when he was pulling, because he jumps on top of that woman. And then he grabs her bag as they're pulling her away, right? Why was he pulling her off of the snow? She was off on the curb. Leave her be. So they can say at that point, they're going to say, hey, we thought he was reaching for something. We didn't know. Okay, he had one gun there, but did we know if he grabbed something else? There's going to be all sorts of things that come into that one. But the bottom line is the guy who was hitting him in the face with the bear mace, he's screwed because there's no doubt he violated the law.
Could I chime in, though? Because I think, and this comes from a law school dropout, but I practice in the legal field. So, but I went to a finished law school. The one thing that you have the reasonable person is correct, but they don't ever factor in an unreasonable person for the other side. What they do consider, though, if that the other party is withdrawing from the situation, then the reasonable factor does not always stay into play. So if someone removes themselves from an active threatening situation, such as back up the car, try to turn to alternative ways. Yes, you can say, I reasonably thought she was going to drive against and hit me, but he shot as well when she was backing up. So that can be the conflict that may come and to be questioned. Just because he's an officer of the law, they do have sort of implied immunity, right? So he can get away with it anyway. But there is a concern that you can sue based on a civil case if the partner and other people and surrounding witnesses can say that there was intent to withdraw, and the other people can show that. But of course, the victim is dead, so you really can't really prove that point. So it's going to be, I think, a stalemate. But as on the other case, with the bear mace and the gun was removed from him. There was no threat. There was no visible threat at all. And you have the right to carry in a state like that. There was no reaching for the gun. So that one, they're going to lose the case on that.
Okay, Bree, can you tell me what it says about when somebody is attempting to flee and committing a potential felony? Do you know what it says with Renee Good in that? Because when they detain you, when they tell you to get out of the vehicle, you're detained. And if you attempt to flee, you're not withdrawing yourself from the situation. You are considered as.
Yeah, that's if you're an officer of the law. They're ICE officers. Yes. They're not necessarily officers of the law. They do have federal jurisdiction.
They're federal officers. They're federal law enforcement by law.
Yeah, they're law enforcement by the federal, but they are not necessarily have the same jurisdiction.
You can here's the deal. You can run from educated on this, and I just want to ask you the simple question: What law is supreme to the state of Minnesota? Is it the state law or the federal law?
Well, you know, I think you're seeing it different. It depends on the jurisdiction of the action, right? Federal law. Well, you've got to look at the case, the whole factor. You just can't come up with a blanket just like voting laws. The voting laws, for example, if we just go it up to see what our current president's trying to do. The state has supreme over the laws of which the voting, unless there is some type of evidence to show that there is malintent. But in this case, depending on criminal elements, right?
So I bring Abby up, please. She's asking to be brought up.
The Supreme Court has said different briefs.
No, I'm not. You're not letting. You didn't let me finish the entire case or the whole situation because the supremacy of the federal jurisdiction, yes, can fall into certain cases, but you can always have case conflict in terms of state.
Jurisdiction can fall the case.
But you can have state also. That's why you have a federacy, right? You have a federacy, and so you have state. You have state laws that may have the right, and that's why you will go ahead and appeal until you get to the Supreme Court that will question what authority was in play and who has rights over. But when it comes to certain laws, whether it's interstate,
He's dumb as fuck. Shut up. Seriously, you don't know anything about.
I think you're absolutely wrong. You have to.
run from a cop, on foot or in the car, and they cannot just empty the clip on. That shit is not a thing. It is not a thing, federal or state.
There's 3 court cases everyone in the room should know. Go research and then come back and try and have this conversation. Gardner, Plumhoff,
Gardner.
and Graham.
Yep.
All of this is under the Graham test, Plumhoff, 10-second rule. Wrong. They can fire if someone is fleeing if they perceive danger or danger to the public. In my opinion, there was no Plumhoff here. Okay? But the Graham test is what would determine whether this was justified or not justified. If Bree wants to define what Graham test is, great. She knows what it is.
Yes, I do. But what I'm saying is, I'm not here to justify you. You don't pay my bills, and I could get probably a lot more money than you do. The point is that because I'm a professor too, I'm not looking to get my accolades from you. Your little minion world here on here doesn't make me. I don't cry just because you want to have authority.
You're lying.
No, I actually am.
You're not.
You can Google me. Yeah, you can Google me.
You're not a professor.
Well, I am a professor, but I don't teach. I teach international law. Yes, I do.
No, you don't. You definitely
At San Francisco State, yes, I do.
You don't.
Yes, I do.
No.
Yeah, go ahead and Google me.
Who cares, bro? Who cares?
Hey, Andrew.
You're just jealous, so you're trying to.
Andrew, can you hear me?
There's no way someone this dumb is teaching kids.
Well, you know what? You've got a problem then, because then
I would agree.
I'm not teaching kids. I'm teaching adults because when they're over the age of 18, and I teach, my seniors and my graduate students.
You're arguing over bullshit. Defend your position based on the Graham test. You say you know what it is, so defend your position based on the Graham test.
I don't have to defend myself on the Graham test. What I already told you is that does apply. No, I did say that, but again, it's about the entirety of the case. We're looking at the entirety of the case. We're talking about the entirety of the case.
If you claim you know it but can't explain your position on how the Graham test would apply to this case or not, because if you
it would only apply if it's under the Fourth Amendment. So it's objective and reasonably, right? Under the Fourth Amendment. That is it.
The Graham test.
Yes, it does.
What are the 3 check boxes on the Graham test?
I don't remember the whole. I'm not going to go through the elements of the check boxes.
Test.
Yes, I
you
do
don't
know
the
the
Graham test, or you would say the 3 check boxes, and you would be able to give your opinion. And here's what's fucked up is I could make your argument for you better than you can based on the laws that apply, which is Graham, Gardner, and Plumhoff. And if Andrew would just wait,
dude, you just spent the last 20 minutes researching the shit.
No,
so you didn't make the case. You didn't make the case.
What the Graham test
you didn't make the case. Dude, you didn't bring it up. If you felt so animate about it, you would have brought it up when you first researched it.
I did.
Oh, come on. The issues that you already know is the severity of the crime, right? But there was the severity. Well, how severe? I said, when I told you at the told you, let me finish.
What's 2 and 3?
When I told you at the very beginning, you have to look at the details of the crime.
What's 2 and 3?
I'm not going to go through the other ones. And then you already know about the threat and as well as
because you don't know them.
But one of the pieces is active resistance. I didn't think Good was resisting. So you can't win on the case because Good didn't resist.
You don't even know the next 2 check boxes. You can't.
Yeah, there is. And the split-second response, dude. There's 4. Didn't you say 4?
No, there's 3.
No, there's 4 actually.
No, there's 3.
No, there's 4 actually.
Okay, then
there's 4 ground factors. Google it.
I have Googled it.
No, you didn't.
Tell me
it's 4 ground factors, dude.
You're telling me there's 4. You can't even name the 3. Okay, so
no, I did name 3. The severity of the crime.
That's 1.
The immediate threat.
Wrong.
Active resistance and split-second judgment.
Nope.
Right?
Nope.
Whether you are tense and you're
That's
dude.
not the Graham.
I'm not. No, that's 4.
That's not
what
the
else do you want to do?
That's not the Graham test.
Dude,
you have no idea what
the
the Graham
elements.
test is.
Why did you learn it in your first year?
That's not
pre-law
the Graham
class?
test.
No, it is the Graham test.
It's not. There's
It is the Graham test. There's 4 factors in the test.
She just Googled this, now she's...
No, I'm not going to argue. I don't Google. No, I went. You know what? I went to Thomas Jefferson. The best law school. I went to Thomas Jefferson.
Andrew, wake up.
Jefferson in San Diego is not the best law school.
I told you it wasn't the best, but I definitely went to Boston University and I went to other schools. So, dude, I'm not worried about it. I'm not trying to prove myself. I work at one of the best top companies in the nation, in the world. So I'm not scared of shit.
So you would.
Finally.
But I did say that, though.
Okay, so let's do it. Let's do this
Socratically.
Socratically.
And I don't know the whole fact pattern of
Let's
the
do this
case.
Socratically. Let's go through the fact pattern and then let's cite the law and then let's apply the law. Okay. So in the fact pattern, which case do you want to take? You want to take the second case? You want to take the case where you have someone who is approaching them,
Yes.
and he has a weapon on him, and he is approaching them with force when he's approaching them, correct?
In that case, he wasn't approaching with force.
Yes, he was.
He was approaching with force. He went within the sphere, within the area,
He was
the
approaching.
boundary area.
And you have to define with force, though, because you have to have the elements of with force. Because he didn't have the gun. He did not show the gun. He did not intentionally. You have the right to carry in the state.
He didn't. It's what's in the mind of the officer at the time.
The gun wasn't visible at the time.
It's what's in the mind of the officer at that
Abby, you need to
time.
understand something. Bree has been reading Twitter, and
No, I'm not reading Twitter. I'm
she's got
watching.
a lot
I
of
watched the
experience reading
videos.
Twitter and repeating it.
Let Abby go here. Just let her.
I'm just
Okay.
gonna
It's what's in the mind in this scenario. Okay, the police use force. They have to objectively have a reasonableness, and based on Fourth Amendment, and it requires them evaluating the force based on their perception of the scene, what they see. If the police see this person approaching them with force in their mind, in their perception, they then can have the reaction that they had. Your argument is the guy just came up friendly to them. He breached an area, a boundary area, and he presented in their minds reasonableness, and they hit the standard that they have to hit for them to, in that split second period of time, and you want to go pursuant to Graham versus Connor, then in that split second or 10-second or whatever the period of time, they made that determination. What he's
Could I chime in before that? Because that is at that split second. The guy was, by that time, if he was considered a reasonable threat, he was on the ground, right? And proceed with force. We're talking about that. By that time, they've already disarmed him, right?
No, they
Well, they don't know if first of all, you don't know when he got disarmed. Number one, you don't know if they had reason to believe he had a second weapon. They didn't know how many weapons. When someone comes up with a weapon and they're aggressive with officers, there's reason to believe that he potentially will be harming those officers, whether it's the gun in the back or another gun.
He was disarmed by that time. Was on the ground. His hands were showing. He was on the ground. They shot him in the back.
You're missing this. They have reason to believe at that point in time that he presents harm, and they have to at that point act. If you're going to say he mitigated it by caring about the woman, or what else was in that fact pattern? He didn't mitigate it. He approached them with he didn't softly approach them. He approached them aggressively. So look at the
Graham. So he was going to aggressively shoot them with
the
the phone?
severity of the crime is that he had a weapon when he was going at police officers.
And the phone was the weapon because the gun wasn't visible.
No, the weapon was on him. No,
Okay.
it was in the back pocket and you're allowed to
But
get
it
it.
had
the video. You can see the weapon exposed earlier in the video from another
Okay.
angle. They might have seen it.
He was
And so we're speculating, that's
he
conjecture.
proposed an immediate
That's
threat.
conjecture.
It's
He
seen in the video.
proposed it doesn't fucking matter if you think it's conjecture. If the officer thought it was conjecture, that's the point. It's what's in the mind of the officer. If it's reasonable that the officer could have had that conjecture, that's the standard.
Also,
So
can I speak to that?
the second thing is the suspect posed an immediate threat. That he actually posed the threat. The reality was he did pose a threat. And whether the subject was actually trying to resist arrest. Was he trying to resist arrest?
It also
Or
has to do
evade
with what a
arrest?
reasonable officer make the same move in the same circumstances.
Can you also reach the topic of, yes, you're allowed to carry, but only for lawful purposes?
Hold on.
Exactly.
Can you back me up on this? Because
use recording.
if you look up the legal definition between protest and riot, that actually changes as soon as any group of people creates threats, violence, vandalism, interferes with officers. There is a very small window.
That's right.
Once that happens, guess what happens? Your 1A and 2A go out the effing window. You just changed it to riot, and therefore you are not legally allowed to be carrying, which means you should remove yourself from the position in the area. He should have left, put his gun in his car, and then came back. You are required as a gun carrier. Now, I'm gonna stand on this as a leftist. I am anti-2A, and you shouldn't have a gun. Oh, there was a violent situation, and he had a gun. He deserved to get shot. That's how I've heard it before, posed. But here's the real situation. What we really should be saying, and most people would say, is it started to get violent. He should have taken his gun to his car and removed that gun because things can get out of hand and escalate quickly. That's what should have been done by law. And when you're a carrier, if you've ever been through a concealed carry class, they will fucking tell you when an officer comes up, do you own a gun, CM? I know you don't because you are a fucking. You're
also missing the bigger component is jurisdiction here. He's a federal officer. It's a federal officer in the act of a federal duty. Did you hear what I just said? It's a federal officer.
I'm not going to dispute whether it's a federal officer in the
May I
federal
finish?
duty.
It's a federal officer.
I'm not disputing that. So
in the
that's
act of
not
a
my
federal duty.
That's not my
Where
target.
in
like
the wild
conjecture in the
world of
resting of a
sports,
weapon.
where does the state get jurisdiction? Tell me where. Federal officer in the course of his duty as in his job as a federal officer.
You can always contest. We were talking about that.
How?
I'm talking about it in the case of the voting rights, right? You have the constitutional rights of the state separation of power.
That's irrelevant to supremacy clause
I
here.
brought it up because there's no blanket rule of the federal government always having supreme, except for in certain parts.
There is most certainly. It's an amendment to our Constitution.
For example, if I make my voting rules, you can't override my voting rules of the state.
They can if they decide to.
Unless
you got permission from Congress.
You are so dumb.
It's federal, but the federal have a right to override. If it's you have the state, sweetie.
But you have balance between state and federal.
Right.
No, there's a balance. We know that the federal
state under the 10th Amendment.
Let
me just get this out. The 10th Amendment
you can
is granting the state the policing power for the health, safety, and welfare of its citizens. Okay?
Yes.
Their governing power, health, safety, and welfare. However, it's subject to the supremacy clause. If it conflicts with
the supremacy
the
clause right there, but I'm still going to the point of the voting rights. But in terms
any of these laws, voting it could be health, safety, and welfare of the citizens. If they do something that is contrary to the
so
federal
you're making
law,
the argument then of an authoritarian government,
the
at which they feel that if they're going to riot, then coming this upcoming troops to do exactly that and take over the school system in Georgia or then in
He
Little
didn't
Rock?
stop an election, though.
What is the difference of
I'm
going
just using that as an example. He used that for the integration.
But an election, if you decide you want to have a bunch of non-citizens go to the voting polls.
I love you as a conservative.
And the feds want to come in and clean up the voter rolls in a state because the voter rolls in the state are.
You've got to prove that. You have to have
non-residents and not.
You can't have conjecture. You have to have objective evidence.
We do have evidence. My state cleaned 150,000 names off the voter rolls in the last cycle. 150,000, and we're a small state. So you absolutely have reason.
11 times presidents have actually sent federalized troops.
Thank you.
Okay, so Tommy, they're also the good seats.
Tommy
as well.
Balani.
So my seats are only a couple rows from the ice, so they're gonna be good seats. And Tommy, if you're ever in New York City, I'll take you to a Rangers game.
I know, pal.
I'm not your pal, friend.
I'm not your friend, guy.
No, I was kidding, Tommy. You are my friend. You're my friend, Tommy.
Hey, Tommy Balani.
I'm not your guy.
Tommy Labani.
I'm your buddy, fella. I'm your buddy, dude.
I'm not your dude. Dude.
There you go.
What I'm saying is that the supremacy clause, yes, you have the state over, you have the federal over the state, yes. But when you're citizens of your state, either don't have due process because of the issues as it relates to their First, Second Amendment, whatever amendment we want to go through.
If they don't have a due process, with what respect? Give me an example.
Due process, let's say.
I know what due process is, but give me an example. What is happening? Give me a fact.
I can give you a fact pattern.
Will kick into only
citizens that are not getting their due process when they're thrown in ICE jails, who are U.S. citizens, but do not have.
Is that your only example that you can give?
No, but you asked for an example.
So that's your only example you have? Well, that one's an easy one. That one's an easy one because they're committing a federal crime.
Are they committing a federal crime?
Absolutely.
By protesting? Don't they have the freedom of assembly and to protest? Don't
are they non-citizens?
No, I said U.S. citizens that are held.
Well, you didn't say that.
I did say that.
You're saying a U.S. citizen.
U.S. citizens. I didn't
say
that.
Slow down, sweetie. A U.S.
No,
citizen.
don't call me sweetie. I'm not your baby.
Honey.
I'm not your sweetie.
Honey, is that U.S.
No, I'm not your honey either. You're diminutive.
A U.S.
We don't need that. Yes, I said U.S.
Somebody sensitive.
No, I'm not sensitive.
Yeah, you
were sensitive earlier.
You're just doing it in a considerate way.
No, but I don't like sweetie. No, that's
Listen, sweetie, I've been telling you the law, reading it.
It's condescension.
Yeah, I'm reading the law.
Keep it moving. I'm trying to.
Yeah, let them have their conversation.
I can't get her to see this. You've got to, when you talk about law, don't talk in abstract. You have to talk in specifics.
Well, I gave you the
to
case.
illustrate it.
I do
so
that.
now your hypothetical is a U.S. citizen that is getting detained incarcerated for protesting. No, stop for a second. Hold it. You have a U.S. citizen that is being detained and being incarcerated as a result of protesting on behalf of the movement to get rid of ICE. Is that what you're saying?
I would say yes.
Is that so? That's your fact pattern.
They're not impeding
Wait. Is that? Hold on. Slow down. Is that your fact pattern? A U.S. citizen out protesting against ICE being in the country, and they get arrested and get detained or incarcerated. They get incarcerated.
Yes.
Okay. So what is your concern about that? What's the problem there?
Well, that's where I'm saying, as a citizen of a state, let's say I'm a citizen of the United States, but also a resident or a citizen of Minnesota. I am now illegally, you break down my door because ICE agents they are not issued. They do not have the authority to enter your house.
So wait, you're out, hold on. Are you outside at a protesting? Where are you?
There's two things. You can protest and you can go to your home. Let's just give you the scenario. Or you're out there in public and you're detained, and then they can find you.
You're out in public.
And then you
need all your facts
detained.
there.
That's not facts.
You're out in public. Are you with a gang of people shouting? Are you banging on cars?
No, you're not doing anything that is destructive to the
So what are you doing when you're out protesting?
You're expressing your First Amendment rights, right?
How?
Darren LaHood in the 16th District. We are the write-in candidate. Trying to defeat him. Don't vote for Paul Nolley either. He's the Democrat. Request a Republican ballot and write in John Kitover. Remove Darren LaHood this March 17th in the primary. No need to wait till November. Just kick him off right now and write in John Kitover.
Was that protest a permitted protest? Was it permitted? Was it permitted? Let me finish.
Okay.
Was it permitted under time, place, and manner restrictions under our law?
Many of the protesters are not going to be permitted, right? Because
Actually, you're wrong. It's a very strict level of scrutiny to deny.
It depends.
May I finish?
Yeah.
You asked a question. They actually use the highest level of scrutiny in order to, in any way, limit a protest. However, a protest still has to be within the confines of time, place, and manner restrictions.
That's true.
And manner restrictions, because of what I said earlier, the issuing authority is protecting the health, safety, and welfare of their citizens. So a protest has to have some limitations, and they get permitted. So you're now outside holding a sign, I assume with other people around you. Is it a permitted protest? Is it at the right time of day, or is it in the middle of the night? Is it in the middle of the street? Are you chaining yourself to streets? Are you blocking traffic? What's the manner that you're protesting? Are you protesting in a manner that will be an obstructed manner for the free flow of commerce that day? So those are things.
A protest
do you understand what I'm at? Does anyone else want to jump?
No, I'm going to chime in, because a protest doesn't have to be permitted to be legal. You didn't let me finish real quick. A protest does not need a permit to be legal. As the First Amendment protects your right
certainly
to be. No, it does not. It protects your right to peacefully assemble. That is what it does.
Does the government have a right to time, place, and manner restrictions?
The government can require permits for certain types of public events.
Somebody else want to take this?
Well, I just looked this up, and maybe this is wrong. It's an AI overview, but it says you generally do not need a permit for small protests on public sidewalk.
Yeah.
Okay. If I thought I was reading you as implying that every protest needs.
No, you were implying that. If you're 5 people,
you were implying. I did say.
Hold on. Let me read the official. Okay. First Amendment protects the right to free speech and peaceful assembly. City regulations, Minneapolis, all requires a special event permit for assemblies that 1. Use city streets or sidewalks in a way that impedes traffic.
Thank you.
2. Occupies parks or public property beyond ordinary use.
Thank you.
3. Include amplified sound or large gatherings of 50 people or more. This is consistent with U.S. Supreme Court precedent, e.g., Ward versus Rock against racism in 1989, which allows time, place, and manner regulations as laws if they are content.
Wait, I don't understand. Hold on. This is contradicting. Wait, no, this is.
It's not contradicting. You can have your little group of people, but if your little group of people decides to take out drums and trombones in the middle of the night on a street that people live, it's time, place, and manner, and you will be arrested.
Okay, but what's the upshot of this? Like, what is Brian Vela trying to get to? Like, the point
I
is.
don't know. I'm trying to explain how the law
I
works.
feel like you're asking for a lot of detail that may not be necessary, right?
No, I'm asking. No. Because if someone gives a
He's
scenario,
trying to prove me wrong.